What's up, guys? I'm here with six-figure agency student Jared Curry. He is 18 years old, and believe it or not, he is still in high school and actually making more than his teachers right now. We talked about this before, and it's just extremely impressive that he's doing this while in high school. So I wanted to get him on a call to get inside of his mind to figure out what has allowed him to do this while pretty much going full-time to school. So, Jared, thank you so much for taking the time on this call. And I guess my first question is, what got you into social media marketing?
Well, thank you for having me, Billy. What got me into social media marketing? I had a friend who actually convinced me to watch your webinar, and I was hooked on it. I absolutely loved everything that you were talking about, and I knew I just needed something to do that's going to generate me revenue because I knew I didn't want to, work the standard 9 to 5 and get a job. So I went ahead, bought your course, and since then I've just been Um, growing my agency.
Awesome. How many clients you got right now?
I'm at 11 clients right now.
Dang. How much is that per month?
Well, this month is actually a little bigger than last month. It's about $9,000.
Nice. So, what industry are those clients in?
The health and fitness niche.
Awesome. So, what's been the biggest challenge for you? Well, actually, I guess my first question is how long did did it take you to go from zero to six figures?
So it took me exactly 1 year. I bought your course in November, and this November I actually reached 6 figures.
Awesome. So, how did you actually go about doing this while in high school? Like, was that really hard? Like, how do you manage that? That's it's pretty impressive to be honest.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's all about prioritizing, in my opinion. I figured, once I got my first few paying clients, I knew that they were giving me their hard-earned money to really bring them more money back in terms of marketing. So I knew that I just had to keep working on that because that was a bigger priority than my own self. So I was being a little selfless and just working toward their goals and helping them achieve it. And that really just made me focus a lot more in the agency more than school. It was really just I was diverting my time from something that wasn't producing me income into something that was producing me income and providing me way more value.
Got it. Yeah, 100%. That's like the number one thing too. And when you do get your clients good results, you're able to scale more because they're a lot more willing to like to refer you to other people because they respect that the results that you're getting them and it really pays off to actually bring your clients results. A lot of marketers I notice have the problem where they get clients, they're great at getting clients, but they don't get them results. So it doesn't really matter because they're not able to grow their agency when they always have clients leaving. So that's a huge thing you've been able to accomplish. What do you think's been the biggest challenge going from zero to six figures for you?
Wow. So constant rejection is definitely, especially in the beginning, getting over that learning curve, understanding how marketing actually works, understanding Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, understanding all of that stuff while trying to sell and do all this other stuff, has probably been my biggest challenge. So trying to overcome the beginning stages of having an agency was probably my biggest thing. Once I got a few clients, it became easy for me to sell. And yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of people can agree to that. That first getting off the ground is definitely the hardest part. If there's some advice you could give to people like watching this right now and they're kind of like maybe that they're at a couple $1,000s per month or just getting started with their agency, like what's the best advice you could give to them?
You know, don't give up. That would probably be the biggest thing. This is something I really don't tell a lot of people, but when I was 4, I had a speech impediment and I wasn't able to talk. Well, at the age of 4, it finally like ended. But from birth to the age of 4, I had a speech impediment, and even after that, it was hard for me to talk like most people, like normal people. Um, so just trying to learning persistence at an early age because of my family, because of my parents, them teaching me that it's okay to endure hardships and try to overcome them has really taught me to just become more persistent. So if you're persistent and you're just going to continue to work at it, eventually you're going to get there. You just can't give up. So you can't spend time on social media. You can't watch Netflix. Sometimes you're just going to have to prioritize, like I said in the beginning, and figure out what's the most important thing. And the most important thing is finding more clients so that you can provide value to them. That's basically it.
Yep, 100%. So what are your future plans?
my future plans are to actually go into real estate investing. Um, I would say like 2 years ago, I read this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It's my favorite book, and he always talked about passive income. And my plans are going to really be to keep building up my agency and make it more passive. So I want to eventually hire a chief operations officer so he can actually or she can actually go ahead and manage my agency while I continue to try to scale it, and then go on to bigger things. So eventually, my ultimate goal and my end goal is going to be owning multifamily apartment buildings as well as growing the agency to bigger and better things.
That's awesome, man. It's super impressive what you've done. How does it feel like to be in high school still and be like making like a six-figure income while like you see your teachers and things like that? Like what is that like?
It's something that I can't even put into words. Sometimes I feel like I cheated the system. Like I just skipped this entire part of my life and started making all this money at an early age while everyone else had to do something totally different. It's just different. Like it's something that you don't expect to do. It just happens. The biggest thing I can say about that and making more money, it's actually made me more of a humble person, I think. Um, and because it gives me more respect for people who work for their money. Because it's something, it's hard, it's difficult. It's not easy.
Yeah, I agree with you. And what would you say to someone that's maybe like younger, that's like in high school or like college or something like that, that they might be looking into like joining six-figure agency or something like that, but maybe the cost is holding them back? What would you say? Like, what advice would you give to somebody like that? Because I do understand, like, I remember back when I was 18, like, spend thousands of dollars on a course definitely sound like a really hard thing to like think about. So like what advice would you give to somebody in that situation?
Yeah, well, first part of the question, age doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in high school. It doesn't matter if you're, 60 years old. Age is nothing. Age is nothing but a number. And then past the second part of the question, education, in my opinion, is the best investment you can make. I think Warren Buffett said it. Education is going to be the best investment you make. So if he says it, then I think you should all believe it. And honestly, buying Billy's course at the time, it was expensive, but totally worth it. I've made my money back so many times over. It's unbelievable. But I'm constantly investing in myself, constantly reinvesting in myself because I don't look at it as an expense. You have to look at it as an investment because it's going to make you more money back and it's going to teach you more. People are willing to spend $100,000 on college to get a 9 to 5 job and they get a starting salary if they're lucky, and if they get hired, a starting salary of what, $60,000. Or you can invest into a course like Billy's and make that the same amount of money in less time and spend less money to learn how to do it. So, which one's better? Of course, the one, that's cheaper, that's going to take you less time, and that's going to teach you more in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you say overall is like the part of the course that helped you the most?
The mindset portion of the course. This is something because I've bought a lot of courses. I've spent thousands of dollars on courses. Like I said, I invest in my education all the time, and Billy's course is one of the few courses that I think that actually has a mindset component to it, where you actually talk about your limiting beliefs and overcoming those things. Because if you have the belief that you're not going to do it, that you can't succeed, you won't. You have to have the belief that you can do it, that you're going to make 6 figures, that you're going to get to 7 figures. I know I'm going to be a multimillionaire. I know I'm going to be a billionaire because I have that belief and I'm not allowing my own mindset to put me down. And, people have that a lot, especially being in high school. I see it all the time where people doubt themselves so much that they cast their own doubts on you because they gave up on their dreams a long time ago. They make you want to give up on your dreams. People have come up to me and said, "You're not going to make it. You're going to fail." But you really just have to overcome those limiting beliefs because that's really what's holding you back. It's nothing else. It's those limiting beliefs. And, yeah, that's
Yeah,
really.
exactly. 100% agree with you. Well, thank you, Jared, so much for taking the time to jump on this call. I really hope the people watching were able to get some motivation from this. It's definitely motivating for me as well.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for that, and congratulations on your achievement. It's honestly crazy what you've done, been able to accomplish. So once again, thank you so much and hope you have a good rest of your day. And thank you guys all for watching. See ya.
See you guys.